power. As long as you're right to where you're pretty scared, you're going to put a hole in it. And then step away from it, light a cigarette, and see what happens.
Close on. Rolling on GoPro.
Rolling on everything. Fresh batteries around.
I'm rolling on everything too.
6:43 Eastern time. Time to stamp on this scene of roll.
Lead us off there, big hoss.
I'm off.
How'd you know I was talking about you?
There ain't a lot of big houses around here. God, open my visor and get some wind in here. Jeez.
Yeah, I had to keep it closed to the mosquitoes.
Exactly. I've never seen so many mosquitoes in my life. I'm going to keep moving forward.
I'm rolling on everything. I've got a rear-mounted GoPro, and I'm not leading today.
So get in front of me.
That was a bad choice.
Get in front of me. You also have a flappy, but I don't think it's going to matter.
What's a flappy?
Just a strap, but it's out on the outside of your pannier.
Okay.
Clear.
Woo! Get some wind blowing. My face mask is fogging up from all those mosquitoes biting me.
So guys,
Yes, sir?
our first stop of the day
Yes, sir?
will be the local blood bank. I'm about 2 pints low after all those mosquitoes. Holy moly.
I'm sorry, I already gave at the campsite. I can't give any more.
No, I'm going to get some. What are you talking about?
I think there's one in my boot. Now, how in the world do they get in your boot?
So, we are on our way to the Cat.
Oh.
Yes, we are.
Is the ferry that will take us from Nova Scotia to Bahaba, Maine. How did I do? Did I do that right? Bahaba. Anyway, it's going to be a good day. 3.5-hour ferry ride over to the mainland.
You give us a weather report, Steve, or you?
It's presently 62, and I believe it's going to be a high of 74.
Doesn't feel 62. It feels nice.
Yeah, it feels really nice. Of course, then when you got 400 tons of armament on you, it tends to do that. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this ferry ride. Should be a nice experience.
Yeah, this will be something different. Kind of a neat experience. How about that guy at the campsite that was bicycling, huh?
Holy cow.
He's going to be on the ferry today, too.
I'm impressed. I've got more gear in my top box than he had on his whole bike.
What's with the key? It's not. It's just for my lock.
Oh.
This is just because it won't fit on here. Oh. So I like to carry it with me and not have it in my pocket all the time.
Okay, very cool. Well, welcome back to Moto Photo Adventures, everybody. This is my friend Kevin. Everyone knows that regular exercise helps improve our fitness, our health, and our general overall feeling of well-being. It's kind of like our body's insurance against diabetes, heart disease, all kinds of cancers, depression, so many things that exercise can help us to cure. But what is our insurance if we get in a motorcycle accident? Well, for me, that's calling Rick Stewart at scmotolawyer.com. Rick is not only the premier motorcycle lawyer here in South Carolina against accident and injury, but he's also an adventure rider. So he's one of us. He gets it. He understands our plight. And for that reason, I'm always going to call him, and I recommend you do the same. I'm going to put up his information on the screen right now. Please screen grab it with your phone so that you have it, store it somewhere safe, so that if you're ever in an incident, you know who to call. That is Rick Stewart at scmotolawyer.com. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Originally from Canada, but I live in Japan.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
Domo arigato.
I'm just wondering if he rode all the way from there.
No, I flew to LA, went to the Grand Canyon, not on a bicycle, and then I went back to Guelph in Ontario, in Canada. And so from there, I did a southern trip of southern Ontario, and then I went up northern Ontario, northern Quebec, around the Gaspé, New Brunswick, PEI, Île-de-Madeleine.
Okay. Newfoundland? No.
No,
Oh, New Brunswick. Okay.
No, yeah, and then Nova Scotia, and now I'm going through the States to go back to Guelph.
Wow. And when you were in Nova Scotia, did you do the Cabot Trail?
I wanted to, but I got there, and my legs are just dead. And there's bad weather, and the bad winds.
Yeah.
So I'm too old for that.
And the bad mountains.
Yeah, well, I've climbed like in northern Quebec and northern Ontario. I've done like 27,000 meters in climbing. So far. So yeah,
that's hardcore.
Yeah, well, going back through the States is going to be another 5,000 meters.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And so this is everything you take with you?
Yeah. So I have my bivy bag. I have a safety blanket as a sleeping instead of a sleeping bag. I have some boots for hiking, food, a little.
Jet boil kind of?
Yeah, jet boil thing. And here's my clothes and other essentials.
Wow.
This is my gear for tires and stuff like that.
A little bit of tools.
Yeah, tools.
What kind of gas mileage do you get?
Gas mileage? About 4,000 kilo or 4,000 calories per day.
Yeah. So, and that brings a good question. So, do you stop and eat like at restaurants or?
Mostly, I do a breakfast, like a quick little breakfast, maybe a brunch. A couple of bananas and some yogurt at an Atlantic or a Sobeys or like a grocery store.
Yeah.
And then around 2:00, I'll do another lunch, or a lunch, and then dinner.
Oh, we gotta go. Cheers. You sure was nice to meet you. Yeah. He showed me or told me about his sleep system. He had a bivy sack, one of those little tiny tents you just kind of slip into and lay down. You can't sit up in. And instead of, and he had no sleeping bag and no sleeping pad, all he used to sleep in was one of those silver emergency survival blankets.
No pad?
No pad.
Oh my goodness.
That's hardcore.
That's a man. That's a man right there, boys.
When does it cross from being a man to just being a little silly?
I don't know. So maybe his level is just one more step.
Maybe he did the Tom Hanks where he had to sleep on the floor at the hotel because he had been so used to sleeping in the cave floor.
It's all a matter of what you get used to.
Yep.
Here already.
Recording.
Good morning. Yes. There are 4 of us. They all start with 19170. I am Chris. This guy to your left here is Frank. And the next one he's the one in the very back. He's the one behind me. All right. Nope. Thank you very much. Check out this amazing camper next to us. It's a dually.
Hang on a second.
Made by Toyota. It probably has 500,000 miles on it. This thing is awesome. I like your van, your camper, man.
Thank you.
How many miles you got?
60
50 or 55,000 miles.
Oh, I would have said 500,000.
No. Somebody, we put almost 10,000, well, probably 6,000 miles on it. Whoever had it before us.
Wow, that's
got
cool. So do you think we need our passports out now? Top of the morning to you.
Once she's got you all checked in, I'm going to put you in the very first lane as soon as you haul out here, lane number 1.
Yes.
And then if you go,
How long before we actually board?
usually between 8:15 and 8:30, so I'm not sure what time we got right now.
So you're saying my leader got us here way too early?
It's better to be early.
Okay. How long's the ride over?
3.5.
3.5? Nice.
It'd be a nice ride, I think.
4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And where am I supposed to put this?
You can fold it and put it anywhere.
Are you sure I'll be let back on when I get to the other side?
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure. I look like a trustworthy guy? Thank you. And one?
That's till about 8:30.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. So don't go anywhere past the restricted areas,
Okay.
and don't go down the ramp until I load you.
All right, cool. Thanks, buddy.
And then here you go.
You didn't stamp my passport.
We don't have stamps. Everyone asks.
Hello.
Good morning. Thank you.
Behind the other bikes, right?
You got her. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
This is so cool. We're getting loaded first. First one's on the cat.
Please fasten your seatbelts and return your tray tables to the upright position. We will be taking off shortly. While I'm chewing?
Of course. That's the best time to take an event photo is with at dinner.
It really is.
Well, here we are on the cat, headed back to the USA. Had to get myself a hat, of course, because a hat on a cat. That's what I'm saying.
Our engines are 20 cylinders apiece. Each one's quadruple turboed, and each one makes about 10,940 horsepower. So we've got just a shade below 44,000 overall horsepower. Right now we're at about 1,100. They red line at 1,280. They're capable of 1,450. So we effectively have 44,000 horsepower available in the entire RPM band, instead of having not as much power in the low end. Diesels are known for having good low end power. They're not really known for having a good middle band power. They have a ton of power at the high end. What?
Oh yeah, where do you want to start? Chiseled from stone.
Yeah. All right, guys. Welcome to the Bridge of the Cat. On watch right now is our best-looking crew member, Harrison Finn. He's our first assistant engineer.
How you guys doing?
He is monitoring the propulsion, status of available service air, potable water levels, engine operating parameters, fire and smoke. Checking out what Stan's doing down in the engine room. Fire screen doors. So he's the nervous system, and if there were any type of emergency on board, you could turn into Animal on his drum set from Sesame Street. This guy behind me here is Chris Small. He's our second mate. So he's the current officer of the nav watch. He's taking everything in from both outside the windows and the plethora of navigating media in front of him. And he's applying either a heading direction to the ship or an adjustment to RPM or whatever he needs to ensure we safely get from Yarmouth to Bar Harbor. And in the left or port side chair is Amelia Ordner. She's one of our able-bodied seamen. She's an alternate helmsman, alternate radar helmsman, and additional lookout. So these three are the core watch team. There always has to be three of us up here while we're underway. Engineering officer, deck officer, lookout, and supplement.
Predator on 13.
Additionally, that goofball in the port side chair with the glasses is Jamie. He's my chief mate. And this is Casey Hawkins. He's our chief engineer.
Hello.
You guys are the tennis balls, so try not to distract him too much. And I'll meet you over there on that starboard bridge wing, and we can answer as many questions as possible before we pick up a pilot.
Yes, right there.
Newark to Madeiras, Portugal to Civitavecchia, but then we went through the Daggers tip, so into the Red Sea through the Suez Canal, Alexandria, Cairo, Cape Town, Tanzania, Owerri, Nigeria, back to Cape Town, to Kuwait, to the container terminal outside of Hong Kong, and then the container terminal outside of Tokyo, and Dutch Harbor, Alaska, Anchorage, Alaska, Oakland, California, and then Cologne, the Panama Canal. Went home.
What was it like going around South Africa? Was it pretty rough seas?
It's like a nice time of year. So
Oh, okay.
we're good. Yeah, and we also pulled in halfway through. So,
Spotted a lot of sharks, probably.
so the thing about container ships is like it's great. You get to go visit a bunch of places, but that's it. You're just visiting, and typically you have to have an appointment to get to the dock, and you have to get in and get out for the next guy to make it in. So in each port, aside from Reykjavik, we were there for about 5 or 6 days, which is a funny story. We're going into Reykjavik, in Hamburg, we loaded 3 containers, and on the manifest they said hydrogenous, which is not great, so you can smell them. It just says biological hazard on it. When we got to Reykjavik, we were to offload them. Has anybody been to the Bodies exhibit?
Oh, heard about it.
3 containers of human cadavers
Oh.
in 42-gallon drums of formaldehyde. You can see them. They have windows on top of them. Wow. All right. All right, so this is the starboard bridge wing control. The control in the middle, that is the master or center navcon. So it's the main station we do a majority of our operating from. Transfer of command is initiated. Command of the ship is requested at this station. You can drive from over here. This is a slave station of that unit. There's also another one on the port side. Favorite part about this panel is these 2 sticks, because each one's got 22,000 horsepower on it. Second favorite part is this microphone. Make fart noises at your guys, and yell at people, and it's called the harbor joystick. We like to call it the stud. All 4 engines and jet nozzles go to one control, and it's got a lot of programming and logic applied to it, but it really smoothens out your acceleration and deceleration rates and allows whoever is operating the ship to look like a stud. All he had to do with this control is point and shoot where he wanted to go and determine how fast it was he wanted to make that move. So all he had to do was rotate it about 45 degrees and put the lever down. And when we went into a spin, all he had to do was twist that knob to starboard for the ship. So the spin is good. This is really only good in wind conditions less than 15 knot magnitude. The last 15 feet of the docking sequence are the most interesting. Typically, you want to set your controls, hang on to the power as long as you're right to where you're pretty scared you're going to put a hole in it. And then step away from it, light a cigarette, and see what happens. A harbor pilot is a state and federally credentialed and elected official. And they're part of an association of pilots that monitors the economy of a certain port. And they are charged through safe navigation and local knowledge of providing uninterrupted trade and commerce with vessels of a foreign flag in a U.S. port or vessels of a U.S. flag having conducted an international voyage and intentions of interacting with a U.S. port. So yes, they are navigators. They are mariners. That's what I would like to be someday. When you get to captain, that's not it. You can still keep going. You climb up the ladder, get on the bridge. Casey gives him a cookie, so they sit down. Just kidding.
Yeah, well, it's a nice easy day today.
They're still very, very valuable to us. Before they come and meet us, they go to our dock. We're the only ship of this size to have its own dock.
Slippery.
Apparently she didn't like us.
Well, I think it's because the camper is sticking out, and he needs to back up.
Who's the camper?
Yeah, they're backing up, so they didn't want us getting in the way.
Oh, check it out. The captain's back there.
Where?
Other side of the camper, you can't see him.
Oh.
They're gonna make us sit here while they take both these stupid campers off.
Well, he had to back up, so we can't get out.
Well, all those cars made it out.
Okay.
All right, I'm cutting everything.
That is our personality, just to wing it. We don't plan the outro, we just wing it.
Steve, was that the best 9 hours on a bike you've ever spent?
Man, let me tell you something. I have figured it out.
Oh yeah, what'd you figure?
Hop on a ferry, take a 3-hour nap.
Rather than go up the eastern coast of Nova Scotia all the way back to Maine, we hopped on the Cat. And what'd you think?
I thought it was a great 2-hour nap, and I wish I'd gotten the full 3 because it was so much better than sitting on the motorcycle anymore.
Nope. If you ever do the Nova Scotia tour, we highly recommend taking the Cat Ferry from Yarmouth to Bahaba.
Oh, you gotta say it like that too, don't you? There are no R's.
No.
Not around the Northeast.
I gotcha.
But sadly, this is our last day of riding together because Frank the Tank
has to go home.
From here, you guys, we are going back to our hosts, our gracious host and hostess, Jamin and Bethany. Bunka Biker is awesome. If you guys have never used Bunka Biker to find a host to stay with, check it out. And Jamin and Bethany were fantastic. Just out of Bangor, Maine. What's the town? Benton?
Benton.
Yes, where we will pick our truck up, load the bikes up, and head back to South Carolina. But until then, thanks for watching Moto Photo Adventures. We appreciate it. We hope you'll give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for many more adventures to come.
And check out One Old Man Riding on YouTube as well, and do all the things he just said.
All of those things.
And the newly branded
Steve Bruce
Rides. Look for it on YouTube.
That's the spin-off. It has already jumped the shark.
and
break.
Chase the sunrise, ride